Alright, hello Twitch and YouTube, welcome. This is Tomias, and today we're coming up with a reroll guide for all the players that are looking to play Knights Chronicle in the upcoming global release. So this game is coming out for global, UK, EU, USA, Canada, and whatnot, all the Western English-speaking countries on the 14th of June. So that's in a few days, and a lot of people have been asking me how should I reroll, what characters I should reroll for, since I've been playing this game on the Japanese server for a bit now, so I kind of know the ins and outs. I've been reading some of the Japanese guides, and yeah, so hopefully I can share some tips for you guys, and with the game coming out soon, we can all reroll and get the characters we want. So first, obviously, you have to get the game on Google Play Store or the App Store, and then after you install it, you should have an option to continue as a guest. So don't bind your account just yet. Just start as a guest, and then you can go into the tutorial right away. You can skip it. There will be a button on the top right that lets you to skip the tutorial, so you can skip the boss fight, some of the mechanics, and then you get right into the games menu. So in the games menu, as soon as you log in, you should get some login rewards. Now we're not sure what global is offering to us, but you should be getting some gems, maybe some super rare ticket draws. So that's what the Japanese release had. So if you have enough gems, let's say 200, you can do a single 11x draw. So you go to the gacha interface menu, and then you can draw for, it says 10 here, but actually it's 10 plus 1, and you get a 5-star guaranteed. So sometimes what happens is there are events where your first 11x draw will give you an SSR. So that's super secret super rare unit. So like these, right? And these are the best units in game. With a few exceptions, but usually when you get an SSR, you'll be good to go because they'll have uses in various content. So after your first 11x draw, you go to story. So I'll do what units to look out for in the later segment of this video, but you go to story and you will be at the low level, so I guess the beginner level of the story. So you want to clear the first 10 chapters of the first story, and that should give you 200 more gems. And to check that, you usually open this trophy, and usually here it'll tell you that, oh, congrats on clearing the first 10 chapters of story 1, and here is 200 units. So that's again enough for another 11x draw. So by then you should have 22x draws, and that should give you, if you're lucky, a good SSR. And then if you don't think that's a good unit, simply just delete the game and reinstall it again. Now, if you like your unit, you can go to system settings. So you go to settings to bring up your account details, and then you should be able to link it with either Google or link it with your App Store Game Center. So that then binds your account, and after that you can use your pre-registration gifts and to get the Rebecca and some more gems. I think it's 200, which will give you enough for another 11x draw. So now what should you be looking for in your first reroll is, let me just bring up the compendium. Sometimes well, we're not sure what the global server will be giving us reward wise. From the Thailand global server Facebook picture, we're able to see that we're getting some White Knight and Black Knight summon tickets or pick tickets. So then that would put the normal SSRs at a higher priority, because you can get the Knight pick tickets, Knight summon tickets to get for the Knight ones that you didn't draw, right? So let's just go first through the White Knights. So in the White Knights we have Rebecca, which is your pre-registration reward. She currently is 91 out of 100 score-wise on the Japanese tier list. So she'll be a good unit to have. And if you get Rebecca, that means you get a dupe. You can probably safely re-roll because you don't need dupes really in this game except for skill ups. Now the next unit is Marduk. You don't want Marduk because if you clear the tower, you'll get a copy of him for free. So if you get Marduk, probably safe to reroll again. Sinclair is a good unit, decent unit, but the issue is you can farm him as a event boss, so he'll be given for free. So there's no need to specifically roll for Sinclair. But also note that to be able to farm his dungeon, it's gonna be a much later stage of the game. So if you really like him, you can go for Sinclair. But what I would recommend if you're rerolling for White Knights is Ramu. Ramu is really good. She has a second skill which heals for the entire team for 30% with buff increase. And she has a third skill which revives up to 2 and I think 3 if you skill it up players on the team. So she'll be really tanky, and her passive at level 60 is if she dies, she'll come back with 100% HP. Now Damien is a decent reroll target too. He's an attack target with lots of firepower, and his leadership skill gives a huge boost to an all-fire team. So if you get Damien and you want your reroll target to be a damage dealer, Damien is a good choice. Now onto the Black Knights. We weren't sure if Black Knights would be out on release, but judging from the website, the CM community manager has linked. It turns out that we are getting the Dark Knights. So Nemesis was already shown on the Facebook page, and Damios is definitely something we would reroll for. He is currently ranked #1 on the Japanese score list, just due to the fact that he can revive his team, give team-wide dodge, give buffs on revival. He's going to be an amazing all-rounded unit that if you reroll and get him, you probably set. But again, you can pick him from a Knight pick ticket or summon him from a Knight summon ticket, so it's your choice. Next we have Ashtray. I actually got him when I first started the Japanese server. He does a lot of good PvE damage, but he does fall off later on. So I picked him because I got him and I thought he looked cool, so I've been using him as my main damage dealer ever since. But there are better options out there. And then this is Meri. Meri is pretty good too, but not your top choice for rerolling, so I won't talk too much about her here. And now these are the non-Knight SSR targets you can probably get. I'm not sure how many will be available on release, but it's safe to assume that Karen and Mina will be, because they're part of, again, the website the CM manager linked us. So Mina is probably one of the best all-rounded units. If you look at, if we go to the top Japanese arena and look at the team composition, if Mina is not banned that week, Mina will be picked. Okay, so Mina has control and damage, and the ability to revive herself 3 times in a battle. So this is really, really good. So if you reroll and get Mina, kudos to you. Next is Karen or Karen. Karen is fantastic. She has an AoE heal that also removes enemy buffs, and she has a second skill which heals a single target and pushes that target on the speed, kind of the scroll, so the target gets to go right after Karen. So that's fantastic. And her passive at level 60 is, again, able to revive teammates, and if that teammate dies, it can be revived again unless the teammate is under the burn status. So Karen's a fantastic unit, and actually currently ranked #2 for overall. And here are some other units you can reroll for, but I'm not sure if they will be available on release. So this girl is really good for PvP, and Shido is a really nice unit that has insane heals and also a group revive. So she'll be fantastic. Kane is also fantastic. Kane is more of a PvP unit because his first skill and second skill prevents enemy healing, so renders all the healers in PvP more or less useless. So these would be the ones I would suggest you reroll for. Again, I'm not sure how many of these will be out on release, but we can know so far with the information we've been given, these 2 will be out, and these 2 will be the top reroll targets. So yeah, these are the recommendations for the rerolls when the game comes out on the 14th of June. Keep in mind that it's subject to change based on what we're getting as part of our repertoire, and also what 7-day login rewards are available on release. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a message, and I'll probably update this video when the global release does come out. So yeah, enjoy.